Welcome to World Prism. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon for more breaking updates. Deep in Guinea's southeastern hills, where the land rises into misty mountains and the rainforest stretches as far as the eye can see, lies Simandou, the world's largest untapped iron ore deposit. A hidden giant beneath the earth, waiting for its moment. This isn't gold or diamonds, but high-grade iron ore, essential for steel and valuable enough to reshape economies. The ore here is so pure, it's coveted by industries across the globe. For decades, Simandou's riches were locked away by remoteness, dense forests, and lack of infrastructure. The region's isolation made access nearly impossible, keeping its potential out of reach. Any company hoping to mine here faced a daunting task, building a railway across rugged terrain, carving a path through mountains and jungle, and a new port on the Atlantic coast, connecting Simandou to the world's shipping lanes for the first time. Guinea, despite its mineral wealth, remains one of the world's poorest nations. Many communities here still lack basic services and opportunities. Simandou is seen as a chance to transform the country, funding schools, hospitals, and jobs. For many Guineans, it represents hope for a brighter future. The deposit is massive, 3 billion tons, stretching for miles beneath the hills and forests. That's enough to supply over 100 million tons annually, fueling industry and development for decades to come, and disrupt the global iron ore market, challenging established suppliers and shifting the balance of power. The world's steel mills, especially in China, have watched closely, eager for new sources and competitive prices. The activation of Simandou could shift global supply chains and prices, impacting everything from construction to manufacturing worldwide. This remote corner of West Africa is now poised to become a new epicenter of the mining world, with the potential to change not just Guinea, but the global economy itself. The Simandou stalemate ended when China stepped in, seeing not just a challenge, but a strategic opportunity. For years, the vast iron ore reserves in Guinea had been locked away by political disputes and logistical hurdles, frustrating global mining giants and local leaders alike. But where others saw obstacles, China saw the chance to reshape the global supply chain and secure its own future. Backed by state funding and technical expertise, Chinese companies committed to building the infrastructure, most notably a 670-kilometer railway from the mountains to a new Atlantic port. This railway would cut through dense forests and rugged terrain, connecting remote mining sites to the world market for the first time. The scale and ambition of the project were unprecedented in West Africa. State-owned giants like Chinalco and Baowu led the charge, completing the project at record speed. Their experience in large-scale construction and resource extraction proved invaluable as thousands of workers and engineers coordinated across vast distances to meet tight deadlines. For China, the motivation was clear: reduce reliance on Australian iron ore and secure a direct, stable supply for its steel industry. With demand for steel soaring at home and trade tensions with Australia rising, Simandou offered a vital alternative. The project also promised to boost Guinea's economy, creating jobs and new infrastructure. The project is a joint venture. Guinea holds a 15% stake, alongside Chinese and international partners, including Rio Tinto, the winning consortium Simandou. This partnership brought together expertise and investment from around the globe, blending local interests with international ambition. China's decisive investment finally turned Simandou from a dream into reality, setting the stage for a new era in global resource extraction. The once dormant mountains now buzz with activity as trains and trucks move iron ore to the coast. This is more than a mine, it's a strategic supply chain built from the ground up. The integrated system of mine, railway, and port is designed to operate efficiently for decades, reshaping trade routes and economic relationships. The world took notice as China rewrote the rules of African resource development, demonstrating how infrastructure investment can transform not just a region, but the balance of global trade itself. In December 2025, the first Simandou iron ore shipment left Guinea for China, marking a historic milestone for both the country and the global iron ore industry. This event signaled a turning point in the global market, sending ripples through financial centers and commodity exchanges worldwide. For the first time in decades, a major new source of high-grade ore entered the scene, directly challenging the long-standing dominance of Australia and Brazil, who have supplied the bulk of the world's iron ore for generations. With Simondo's vast reserves now in play, Guinea is set to become one of the world's top 3 iron ore exporters, dramatically transforming its global standing and economic prospects. For China, the arrival of Simandou ore means less dependence on Australian suppliers, more leverage in price negotiations, and a strategic boost to its industrial ambitions. The ore's exceptionally high quality also translates to lower processing costs and reduced carbon emissions, an environmental win for steelmakers striving to meet stricter climate targets. The influx of over 100 million tons annually is expected to push global prices down, benefiting steel producers worldwide and making steel more affordable for infrastructure and construction projects. Established market dynamics have been upended. Guinea is now a major player, attracting attention from investors, mining giants, and governments across the globe. The world's supply chains are shifting, and the balance of economic power is changing as new trade routes emerge and old alliances are tested. Simandou's activation is a true game-changer for the entire industry, ushering in a new era for iron ore and the nations that depend on it. Simandou's first shipment sent shockwaves through Australia's mining sector. For years, companies like BHP and Fortescue thrived on Chinese demand, but now face a direct threat to their dominance. China's new supply from Guinea means less Australian ore will be needed, risking billions in lost revenue and government tax income. The flood of high-grade Guinean ore is expected to drive prices down, squeezing Australian profit margins. Miners must now cut costs and rethink strategies to stay competitive. Australia's heavy reliance on iron ore, and on China as a customer, has become a glaring vulnerability. The Simandou project is a wake-up call. No market position is permanent. Australian miners must adapt to a new reality where they're no longer the only major supplier. The global mining landscape has changed overnight. China's move in Simandou is part of a broader strategy to secure critical resources and reduce strategic vulnerabilities. Through initiatives like the Belt and Road, China invests in infrastructure to unlock resources worldwide, from Africa to Central Asia. Diversification is key. Relying on a single supplier is a risk Beijing won't take. By building projects like Simandou, China gains bargaining power and insulates itself from global uncertainties. These investments also deepen China's influence in developing nations, fostering goodwill and strengthening diplomatic ties. The Simandou Railway is more than a transport link. It's a symbol of China's growing reach in West Africa. For Beijing, this is about securing the future, ensuring steady supplies for generations to come. Simandou is a calculated move, demonstrating China's long-term vision and global ambition. For Guinea, Simandou is a beacon of hope after decades of untapped potential. Billions in annual revenue could fund roads, schools, and hospitals, transforming daily life for millions. The project has already created thousands of jobs and spurred local businesses, offering new opportunities in a country long plagued by unemployment. Infrastructure built for the mine, railways and ports, will eventually become national assets, supporting future industries. This could lay the foundation for lasting economic growth, moving Guinea beyond simple resource extraction. But the risks are real. The resource curse has derailed many nations before. The true test will be whether Guinea's leaders can manage this wealth transparently and for the benefit of all. Simandou's promise is immense, but so are the challenges ahead. Simandou's promise comes with serious risks: corruption, environmental damage, and social inequality, all of which must be addressed. Billions in new revenue could be lost to graft if not managed transparently and with strong oversight. The mine and railway threaten Guinea's rich biodiversity, making strict environmental oversight absolutely essential for the future. Local communities must see real benefits, jobs, compensation, and improved living standards, or risk unrest and growing frustration. The project's success depends on sharing wealth fairly and protecting the environment for generations. Globally, Simandou has reshaped the iron ore market and challenged Australia's dominance in the industry. For Guinea, it's a once-in-a-generation chance, if managed wisely and with vision. The world is watching as Guinea's future is forged along the tracks of the Trans-Guinean Railway.